get it on the jet sweep to the short side. Up the sideline. Sam McCaffrey. He is gone.
Intercepted. It is intercepted by the Tigers. Steven Brogan picks it off for LC.
Welcome back to the Black Swamp Football Podcast presented by the Gherkin Companies, ready to hit the playoff trail and the road to Canton this week, along with Tory, Strock. I am Lynn, Groll. We're going to get you ready for the postseason here on the Black Swamp Football Podcast this week. Coach, good to see you again.
Good to see you. Seems like we were just here.
Yes, we were just here a couple days ago. Added a new addition to our studio here. Thank you to the crew at Archbold. We have a new Archbold jersey up there, but if anybody out there has something they'd like to add to our studio here at American Freedom Energy, feel free to get a hold of us and we can get it set up here somewhere. But we're kind of running out of space, Coach.
Yeah, we are. And the nice thing is we have all playoff teams.
Yes, we do.
Up here.
Yes, we do.
So that's a good
Liberty
thing.
Center Tigers and St. Henry Redskins as well.
Yeah, two teams that have a chance to make a deep playoff run right there, LC and St. Henry. I like these guys too, Lynn.
Do you?
I like these guys in that region, the Blue Streaks.
Region 22, Division 6 this season, as the Streaks drop down a division this year from Division 5. We'll get into all of our playoff teams and where they stand in the rest of the regions around Ohio, and may pick some other regions, may pick your brain to see who's going to win some other regions around the state and maybe some state champions if you're up for it, Coach.
Hey, I'm always up for it. I don't have any of those picked, but I'm better when I fly by the seat of my pants, Lynn.
And top 4 seeds in each region have a bye this season. New concept that we're using here in Ohio.
I like it. I do. I like it. I also like Brady Stabler's suggestion that possibly teams get a choice whether they want the bye or not. I kind of like that idea. I don't know if that's something that would be considered in the future, but I think it has some merit to it. Teams that play a tougher schedule, though, I think they appreciate this bye.
I've heard a lot of coaches chime in on that question, and they don't like that idea just because it's football. It's a different sport. It's different than all the other ones, the physicality. I haven't heard any that have liked that idea, honestly.
Of what?
Of having a choice to play instead of having the bye.
So the coaches that want the bye can take it.
Yes.
Right? And coaches that don't want to, I think, should have that choice, possibly.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, if you want the bye, then take the bye.
Yes.
Right?
I just haven't heard any that say we would rather play than take the bye.
Yeah. I personally would rather have the bye.
Yeah.
7 days a week. I would.
Now, there may be some out there, but I have not heard from those folks.
Yeah.
And the several coaches that I have talked to that have buys.
Yeah. I personally like it.
Yeah. We will have Jim Menzie of Paulding, David Dominic of Archbold, and Casey Moeller of Liberty Center on our football show this week to talk about that and get their thoughts on how they're taking this week off and what they are doing with their programs this week. Uncharted territory for coaches and schools.
Yeah, the only time would have been the COVID year.
Mm-hmm.
I would venture to guess that Casey had a bye that year. David probably did too.
Don't remember. Seems like it's been 20 years ago.
No, good.
Seems like it.
Yeah,
I don't remember who had buys and all that.
Yeah.
Everybody got in. And
yeah, we had one. I liked it because we had a key injury, So I liked it from that standpoint. And I think if you talk to 20 different coaches, we'll have 3 outstanding coaches here tonight, you'll get 20 different plans of attack for this bye week.
Yeah, I've talked to several, and they've all kind of had something different.
Yeah.
On how they're approaching this week.
Yeah, and I know, like in college when teams, go to bowl games and different things, some of these younger coaches will reach out to the veteran coaches. Hey, how do you handle a trip like this, Mm-hmm. So
yeah, be curious to see if some of the high school coaches have reached out to college coaches to pick their brains on how they're approaching this. And it may take a few years if we stay with this 12 team per region concept. It may take a few years before they get it tweaked the way they want with their practice schedule.
Yeah, I would agree. And I know in college, man, there's time they'll give 3-4 days off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see high school coaches doing that though.
Yeah, the most I've heard is 2, I believe. I've heard 2, I think.
Okay, and I think that's good. And even if you have a day where you're not on the field, these kids, they've earned that. They've earned that rest. And even if you're not on the field, I like the idea of watching some film, a little extra scouting report time if you have an idea who you're going to play. Like for example, I think Napoleon feels pretty good about the fact that they're going to play Perkins. But if you're playing a game that's a coin toss, then you're going to have to do a little more scouting. But yeah, I think I like the extra film and things like that. Fundamentals. I think you'll get some coaches. I bet Casey Muller would be one of these that'll get back to the bare basics, blocking, tackling, footwork, things like that. And that's a luxury to be able to do going into the playoffs.
Yeah, no doubt about that. We'll get into that subject a little bit more as we go on with this show this week. But first, we got to hand out our Week 10 Rock Solid Performance courtesy of the Gherkin Companies. We'll be right back with that award coming up.
Hard-working individuals have been the heart of the Gherkin Companies for generations. Together, we construct the highways and infrastructure that strengthen our communities. Gherkin is seeking rock-solid performers. We offer generous benefits, continuous training, top-notch equipment, and a culture that rewards effort. Want to be part of something big, steady, and stable with room to grow? Whether you're experienced or just starting your career, we encourage you to apply at gherkincompanies.com/careers.
Thank you to the Gherkin Companies, title sponsor of our podcast again this season. Okay, Coach, Week 10, how are we going to round out our Gherkin Companies rock solid performance for 2025?
Well, I have 5 teams listed. I do have a kind of a favorite, but we'll see. This was a week where not as many stood out to me.
I agree.
As previous weeks, I thought Liberty Center's especially second half effort at Archbold was super rock solid. What can you say about Columbus Grove? How many is that in a row against Bluffton? 8? 8 in a row. Getting it done against the Pirates again. And that was rock solid. The Tenora Rams coming back from a 30-6 deficit at Edgerton was pretty rock solid. The Whitmer Panthers, a week after having the rug pulled out from under them against Clay, essentially took Perrysburg to the woodshed in the NLL Buckeye Division. What a bounce back by Whitmer. That was rock solid. And then the Anthony Wayne Generals, who have kind of ebbed and flowed this season, go on the road to Donnell Stadium and won a game that I don't think a whole lot of people gave them a chance to win. I thought Andy Brungard and the Generals were rock solid. I'm probably overlooking somebody, but, Marion local, you could say.
7-6 over Coldwater, another tight one that they win without an offensive touchdown.
Found a way.
Yeah.
So those would be the ones I have. I like Anthony Wayne going to Findlay and getting that win, but, boy, you can't discount what Whitmer did to Perrysburg on the big stage. So this one's on you, man. I'm kind of all over the place.
I like all those, but the one that tipped the scale for me is Liberty Center. Another 10-0 season, extend their league winning streak with that victory over Archbold, then face some adversity for the first time this season, 14-0, and came back and left not much to doubt. 33-14 in that victory over the Streaks to wrap up another NWAL title outright.
You're not going to get an argument from me. And it was a game where they had to play 4 quarters. Mm-hmm. They really hadn't had to do that very often to date, and I thought they really showed their mettle in that second half, and that's why the game's 48 minutes long. It's what Coach Cromwell reminded us of, and so a good test for Liberty Center, and their response in the second half was rock solid.
And I think a good game for them to play 4 quarters and be tested a little bit, face some adversity as they go into the postseason. Obviously, they have bigger aspirations as we approach the next possibly 6 weeks for them.
You know, another reason it was good, Lynn, is I think it may be Archbold had some special plays drawn up. And then what it does for Liberty Centers allows the coaches to take a look at that film and say, okay, we need to maybe shore this up. We need to shore this up. And we know they don't have a lot of chinks in their armor, but they showed they're human in the first half. Mm-hmm. And so if you're the Liberty Center coaching staff, you're looking for things, you know, to tighten the screws and things like that. And they found some Friday night. So you're right. It was a good win, or it was a good game in more ways than one.
Yeah. You found some flaws in my pick'em games this season, Coach, as you knocked me off again, 37-5. A week ago, I was 35-5, so you extended your lead over me in the final week of the regular season. And then Maddie Klein from BCSN Sports, she was 36-6, respectable. A week ago was Maddie as well, but not quite as good as our good friend Dick Cromwell from earlier this season, as he's been the top guest picker. We may have some more guest pickers here in the playoffs. We're trying to get Andy Briggle back on our show at some point. But right now, Coach Cromwell, the leader of the guest pickers, and he's not letting us forget it.
He's not, but Lynn, anybody can be great one night. And Coach Cromwell, I hope you're listening to this. Anybody can be great one night. But I want to see the guy or gal that can do it consistently throughout the season. That's something we don't know about Coach Cromwell.
Do we need to get him back on here?
I would love to.
Seats open, Coach. Send us a message this week if you want to come back on next week, buddy.
I would love to. And those picks are tough. I'm telling you, now there's some every week that are easy, right? There's such heavy favorites. But there's 8 to 10 every week that could go either way. And sometimes it's just luck. And like Defiance Salina Friday. I think I took Salina.
I took Defiance. I think Maddie took Salina too.
Yeah, I mean that's a coin flip. That's luck. Nobody knows how that's going to go. So I'm proud to win that again, and it's not something I take lightly, Lynn.
I know
to have the upper hand on you. I'm proud of that.
We'll start all over here in the playoffs. But the cream always rises to the top. This is playoff time, Coach.
There's I think a lot of these games this week are pretty easy picks on paper.
I would agree with that.
There's a couple, though. There's one in Division I that stands out as, I think, tough, even though the one team has just an awful record. Their schedule is different.
I agree with that. Let's get into this week's picks. We're going to run through each region. We will get more in depth with the regions that include our area teams that we cover. Division 1, Region 1, going to start there. The number 1 seed, Lakewood St. Edward, will host the Cleveland Heights Berea Mid-Park winner. That's the 8-9 matchup. Mentor is the 2. Brunswick and Massillon Jackson matching up in the 7-10. That's who they will get. Canton McKinley will get the 6-11 winner between Strongsville and Medina. And then Toledo Whitmer is the 4 seed. They will host the 5-12 winner, which next week, which is between Perrysburg and Cleveland St. Ignatius, who comes in at 1-9. We're going to start right there with Iggy and Perrysburg. 1-9 is St. Ignatius, 16.2 points per game, 33.1 allowed per game. They have the number 1 strength in all of Ohio, according to Martin RPI. And if you look at their schedule, it is Murderer's Row. At number 5, Perrysburg, who is 8-2, 34.5 points per game. They're allowing 10.8. Their strength of schedule is 53. This is the first meeting between the two. John Marshall opted out. That got Iggy in. St. Ignatius is favored by 6, according to Fantastic 50. St. Ignatius' 35th appearance in the postseason. They're 79-23. They've won 11 state titles, but the last coming all the way back in 2011. Perrysburg's 12th appearance in the playoffs. They are 11-11. And you said a week ago, if Perrysburg didn't beat Whitmer, you were never picking Perrysburg again.
Did I?
That's
did.
what you said.
I did. That's right, I did.
So Dirk Connor and the Perrysburg community awaiting this pick from Tory Strock here.
The first thing I'm going to say is if you're the Perrysburg Yellow Jackets, you would much rather see John Marshall.
I would agree.
I'm just telling you right now.
I would agree.
John Marshall opened up a can of worms by opting out, and a 1-9 football team. But if you know, you know. And St. Ignatius is St. Ignatius. I'm going to go back on my word, Lynn. Just like Whitmer got a wake-up call 2 weeks ago, I think the Jackets got a wake-up call. In a close one, Perrysburg defends Steinecker Stadium. Coach Connor, I seldom do this. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Give me the Jackets.
You're going Perrysburg.
I'm going P-Burg.
This is a different animal they're dealing with this week.
I know it is. And if you would have ever told me I'd pick against St. Ignatius against any team from Northwest Ohio, boy.
You remember about 10, 11 years ago, Massillon rolled in to Steinecker Stadium, and what happened that night?
I do. And it got Massillon's coach fired.
I don't even think he got back to the locker room before he was met with some
Jason Hall, I think was his name. He was fired on Sunday.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen in high school.
No.
You know?
A different world in Stark County, though, buddy.
Oh, boy. Yes, it is. You know, not to beat a dead horse, but you look at Iggy's schedule. Avon, Pickerington North, Mentor, Walsh Jesuit, who beat Central Catholic, right? I mean, it's just Benedictine, St. Ed's, Moeller, St. X. Oh, my goodness. This is like a breath of fresh air to play an 8-2 Northwest Ohio team. But if they were the old St. Ignatius, they wouldn't be 1-9. I don't know who they'd have beaten on there, but they'd have beaten Benedictine. I will tell you that.
Okay.
They lost that one 16-14. They'd have beaten Benedictine. They'd have been 7-3, 6-4 if they were the normal St. Iggy. Perrysburg wins a close one. Don't dig yourself a hole right out of the chute.
I can't get over the schedule they played, man.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I gotta take Cleveland, St. Ignatius. Sorry, Coach Connor and Perrysburg. I just have to.
Yeah. And did you say number one strength of schedule?
Yes.
And they wouldn't have got in had John Marshall not opted out. But even though they only won one game, and I know you can say St. Ignatius, private school, people can say what they want, but I'm just saying this on the surface right here. If you play that schedule, you almost deserve to be in the postseason. I mean, you really do.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, scheduling's not easy for a team with the track record of St. Ignatius.
Right.
And so, yeah. I think if I were on the other side of that, I'd have been calling John Marshall's coach going, come on, just play.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Who do you like here in Region 1 to get out of this region overall?
Well, again,
I'm not going to put too much thought into it. I think it's St. Ed's.
Well, I've got to go with St. Ed's just because I think when you're making those picks, you got to go with the traditional powers. Now, Mentor, my goodness, they've been good every year, way back even before Mitch Trubisky and those guys. But it's got to be St. Ed's. And St. Ed's, we talk about Bluffton, can't get that monkey off their back with Grove. St. Ed's nemesis is Massillon, Washington. Massillon seems to beat them when they probably shouldn't.
Right.
And but yeah, Lakewood, St. Ed's. I don't know how you can pick against them.
Yeah, I agree with that. Region 2 this week, we have nobody playing as Findlay is on a bye. They will get the 6-11 winner next week, which is Huber Heights Wayne and Galloway Westland. The top seed in Region 2 is Middletown. 8-2, they will host the winner of 8-seed Lebanon and 9-seed Kettering Fairmont. 2-seed is Troy. They will get the winner of Hilliard Bradley, who is the 7, and Dublin Jerome, who is the 10. As we mentioned, Findlay is the 3. The 4-seed is Springboro, 7-3. They will get the winner of Springfield and Marysville next week.
You want to talk about a wide open region?
Yeah.
That one doesn't have a name that you look at and go, well, they're the favorite.
Yeah.
They really don't. Findlay, now, I can tell you right now, Hilliard Bradley is going to be tough. Huber Heights Wayne will be tough. Springfield, I mean, gee, many Christmas. They've been in the Final Four. a lot recently. They started out 0-3, but they're still traditionally tough. Finley has a chance to compete in this region, I believe.
Yeah, I should have reached out to my good friend Ben Lewis down in Springboro. I don't know if he's still coaching, but I believe he has a son that is playing at Springboro. Defiance College grad is Benjamin Lewis.
Okay.
Tough hombre back in his day from DC, but I believe he's still in the Springboro district. I'll have to double check on that, but I could have got some insight there before I made my pick.
Yeah, these teams in Finley's region, these are teams that are all around the Dayton, greater Dayton area.
Right.
Yeah.
According to Ohio Fantastic 50, Springfield is the top choice. They're ranked 19th in Fantastic 50 overall. Middletown is 34th, Kettering Fairmont 49th, Springboro is 52, Wayne is 60, and then Finley is 67th. Finley is 6th, according to Drew Pastor's Ohio Fantastic 50. So I'm going to go with Drew and say Springfield. I don't know.
Yeah, Springfield's roster the last few seasons has been just eye-popping. I mean, they have just been really, really good. So I couldn't really argue with that. I don't think I could pick anybody in that region. I'd maybe go Springfield with you.
Yeah. Region 3 in Division 1, Delaware, Olentangy, Berlin is the 8th seed. They will host Grove City. That winner gets Lewis Center, Olentangy, Orange next week. The 7-10 matchup is Gahanna Lincoln and Groveport Madison. That winner gets Pick Central, who is 9-1. The 3rd seed is Pick North. They will get the Westerville Central and Upper Arlington winner. And then the 4th seed is Lewis Center Olentangy. They will get the winner of Newark and Powell Olentangy Liberty. Plenty of Olentangies in that mix there.
Yeah, there is. And from what I've seen and read about Olentangy Orange, the 10-0 number 1 seed, coached by Lipsick graduate, my former quarterback at Lipsick, Wes Schrader.
Oh, okay.
And Wes has just done an unbelievable job, did a fantastic job at Allen East, then went down to Granville, a suburb of Columbus,
Yep.
and now at Olentangy Orange. And if you're going to coach at a program like that, there's some pressure that comes with it. You mentioned Gahanna Lincoln, the 7 seed. You know, John Snowd left Napoleon and went to Gahanna Lincoln. And John would be the first to tell you it is an entirely different animal once you get down there as far as demographics and expectations and schedule and things like that. And if, and John is one of the best football coaches I've ever met in my life, and he had his hands full there at Gahanna. Wes Schrader and Olentangy Orange, they've got to be the pick based on what they've done this season, but they're going to probably end up in a rematch with somebody they've played.
Probably, yeah, no doubt about that. Division 1, rounding out that. Region 4, Cincinnati Elder is the top seed. They will get the winner of Fairfield and Mason in the 8-9 matchup. 2 seed is Moeller. They will get the winner between Westchester, Lakota West, who's the 7 seed, and Hamilton, who was the 10 seed. They are 4-6 is Hamilton. St. X is the 3 seed. They will get the winner between Oak Hills and Liberty Township, Lakota East. And then the 4 seed is Cincinnati Princeton. They will get the winner between Winton Woods, who is the 5, and Little Miami, who is 3-7 there in Region 4.
Yeah, I don't know how you can like anyone other than Elder there, Lynn. They've already played Moeller, beat them 24-16, beat St. X 23-13. Beat LaSalle, who's won multiple state titles, 16-8. They're the real deal. I'd have to go with Elder there.
I would too. Move it down to Division 2, Region 5. Hoban is the top seed in Region 5. They will get the winner between Youngstown Boardman and Painesville Riverside in the 8-9 game. Walsh Jesuit, they are the 2 seed. They will get Twinsburg or Nordonia. 3 seed is Austintown Fitch. They will get Uniontown Green or Garfield Heights. And then the 4 seed is Uniontown Lake. They will get the winner between Willoughby South and number 5 seed Hudson. Coming up next week in that matchup between Lake and either South or Hudson.
Boy, Hoban, I no amount of money would steer me away from Hoban, although Walsh Jesuit, they beat Central, but their only loss to Hoban. Walsh Jesuit.
Yeah, got to like Hoban, but never know.
No, that game was 19-14.
Yeah, Probably a toss-up game, coin flip.
Would say it
matchup
is.
there. Region 6 have a little local flair there, Coach, as we will start with number 12 seed Start. They are at Anthony Wayne. Start is 6-4, averaging 24.9 points per game, 16.6 they're giving up. Their strength of schedule is 100. Anthony Wayne, 6-4, 19.6 points per game, giving up 19.7. Their schedule a lot better, 12. These two teams played a year ago. Anthony Wayne won 48-12. They also played twice 2 years ago. AW 76-6 and 41-6. Anthony Wayne favored by 30 in this one. Start's sixth appearance in the playoffs. They have never won a playoff game. This will be Anthony Wayne's 16th. They are 12-15 in the postseason. I don't see that changing. I think it's Anthony Wayne big again in this one.
I do too, and I don't think it'll be as lopsided maybe as some of those past scores you just referenced. But, yeah, Anthony Wayne at home, they're not losing to a City League team.
Yeah. The winner of this one will get top seed Medina Highland next week. Highland is 10-0 this season. Also in Region 6 from the area, 11 seed Fremont Ross, 6-4, 20.5 points per game, giving up 15.7. Their strength of schedule 76. All these strength of schedules are according to Martin RPI, by the way. Number 6 seed Olmsted Falls will host the Little Giants. Olmsted Falls 6-4, 28.2 points per game, giving up 19.5. Their strength of schedule is 8. Fremont Ross's is 76th. First meeting between these two teams, the Bulldogs favored by 29. Fremont Ross's 13th appearance. They are 3-12 in the playoffs. Olmsted Falls, 22nd appearance. They are 23-20 overall in the postseason. They won the state championship back in 2000. The winner of this one will get Avon next week, who is the 3 seed.
Yeah, it's a dubious honor. Don't be fooled by that 3 seed either. And just because they didn't win the region doesn't mean a whole lot because they didn't win the
Top seed.
The top seed, yeah. I like Olmsted Falls in this game. Fremont Ross's defense, they've shown they can be pretty good on a given night, but I think they're going to have their hands full on the road. I'll take Olmsted Falls.
I will too in that matchup. In the 7-10 game, Toledo St. Francis, the 7 seed. They will host Parma Heights Valley Forge in the matchup this week. Parma Heights Valley Forge, 5-5, 26.9 points per game, giving up 28.8, 26th strength of schedule in Division II. St. Francis, 6-4, 27.2 points per game, giving up 18.3. Their strength of schedule is 56. First meeting between these two teams in the playoff era. St. Francis is favored by 22. Valley Forge, 7th appearance in the playoffs all time. They are 0-6. This is St. Francis's 19th appearance. They are 20-16 overall in the playoffs. Won titles under Coach Cromwell in 1984 and then again in 2001. The winner of this game will get Wadsworth, who is 10-0 next week.
Yeah, Wadsworth has been super consistent this year. Very, very good football team. I like Toledo St. Francis to hold down the fort at home. Will they play that at the Glass Bowl?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I like St. Francis.
I do too. I'll take the Knights in that matchup. The 8-9 game there in Region 6 is Brecksville Broadview Heights hosting Clay, who is the 9 seed. The Eagles come in at 6-4, 24.5 points per game, giving up 19.2. Their strength of schedule is 31st in Division II. The Bees average 22.1, give up 21.6. Their strength of schedule, similar to Clay's, 25th in Division II. The Bees won 49-33 in the 2020 playoffs. Brecksville favored by 1. Clay's making their 6th appearance. They are 1-5. Brecksville making their 13th. They're 9-11 all time in the playoffs. They won the state championship back in 1983.
I think Clay's going to be a handful. This is a tough pick. You said 1 point's the spread. It's a tough pick. Clay's going to be a handful. Having 1 week to prepare for Coach Pennington's offense. Same can be said about Clay getting ready for Broadview Heights, but I'm going to go with the home team just because the margin's so close. The Bees have played some good teams. Obviously, Clay has too. They beat Whitmer, so it's hard to pick against them. But Broadview Heights lost 49-12 to Wadsworth earlier in the season. I'm going to go with Broadview Heights in a close one.
I am too. Close, within a touchdown, I think. Now, Clay can win this.
Yeah.
If they play well.
Yeah. It is hard for me to get out of my head that what Clay did to Whitmer.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Whitmer had a little bit of help in that from the look of
Clay
things
did.
Clay had some help from Whitmer, with the
penalties.
And just everything that kind of went into that matchup. Region 6 overall, I can't go against Avon. I think they have the team that's going to make another big run in Division 2 this season.
I do too. I don't know how you pick against them. They're only blemished to a team out of Florida. And
I'm going to say they played a Sunshine State team, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, and beat Glenville. You talk about strength of schedule.
Yeah.
Gee, Christmas.
Yeah, really good. In Region 7, as we round out Division 2, Sunbury Big Walnut is the top seed there. They will get either 8-seed Walnut Ridge or Worlington Kilbourne, 2-seed Columbus St. Francis de Sales. They will get the Mount Vernon and Ashland winner. Massillon Washington is the 3-seed. They will get North Canton Hoover or Columbus Northland. And then the 4-seed in Region 7, Canal Winchester will get the winner of Louisville or Westerville South. And that one, Region 8, Cincinnati Anderson, the top seed. They'll get Piqua or Cincinnati Withrow. Kings Mills Kings is the 2-seed. Vandalia Butler or number 7 Harrison will be their opponent. Trotwood Madison is the 3. They will get Aiken or Lima Senior next week. And then Xenia is the 4. They will get Cincinnati Turpin or Cincinnati LaSalle in Region 8 next week.
Yeah, in Region 7, I like Massillon Washington. Their schedule's ridiculous.
Agreed.
And, Cincinnati Anderson's pretty darn good.
Yeah, they had a really good team a couple years ago that played Central Catholic in the state semis. It was a high-scoring game. They had a great passing attack. Haven't had a lot of time to study a lot of the other teams around the state in these regions, but I'll take Massillon Washington in Region 7 and Anderson in Region 8, I think.
That's where I'm at.
Safe picks.
That's
what you got to go with this time of year.
Yep.
Going to take a break, come back, and dive into Division 3. KK Collision is a leader in the auto repair industry that has been servicing Northwest Ohio's auto needs for over 27 years. We offer a fast and reliable repair option that stands above the competition. When your vehicle enters our facility, you can be assured that you have chosen the most technologically advanced repair facility in the area. KK Collision is an automotive body and mechanical shop, as well as both a light and heavy-duty towing service located in Liberty Center. Our towing services cover Northwest Ohio and the surrounding area 24 hours a day. Are you in need of a repair estimate? Visit us anytime during business hours for a free estimate at T556 Ohio 109 on the north side of Liberty Center, or call 888-533-7801 or visit our website at kkcollision.com. American Freedom Energy and Grandma's General Store off Route 24 on State Route 109 just south of Liberty Center now has 88 unleaded fuel and is your one-stop shop for fuel, food, drinks, and much, much more, including locally raised meats and home-baked goods. American Freedom Energy and Grandma's General Store is proud to support Black Swamp Football and is the host of the Black Swamp Football podcast, football show, and Saturday mornings Rise and Rewind. Stop in and see Glenn and Greg today and make American Freedom Energy and Grandma's General Store a part of your everyday routine. Thank you to all of our sponsors this season, and welcome back to the Black Swamp Football Podcast presented by the Gherkin Companies. All right, going to move to Division 3 and Region 9. Coach, starting there in Region 9, the top seed is Canfield. They're 9-1. They will get the winner of Chagrin Falls, Kinston, and Madison next week. Cuyahoga Falls CVCA is the 2 seed. They'll get Geneva or Alliance. Gates Mills Hawken is the 3. They will get Cleveland Benedictine or Akron East. The 4 seed is Cleveland Villa Angeles St. Joseph, and they will get the winner of Maple Heights and 5th seed Chardon there next week in Region 9. Canfield, pretty heavy favorite.
Yeah, Canfield's who I would take. When Canfield's really good, they're a rugged, man, they play physical smash mouth football. When Canfield's really good, I saw them win state years ago at Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton, Fawcett Stadium at that time. I like Canfield.
Yeah, 82. Region 10, we have some teams from the area playing there. One of those being Toledo Central Catholic, the defending state runner-up in Division III after they won the previous 2 state titles. They have Ontario coming to Cherry Street on Friday night. Top seed, though, in Region 10 is Medina Buckeye. They will get the winner between Copley and St. Mary's coming up on Friday night as Copley travels to St. Mary's in that matchup. Copley 7-3, 35 points per game, 17.8 allowed. Their strength of schedule 49. St. Mary's 7-3, 28.6 points per game, giving up 24.6. Their strength of schedule 62. First meeting ever between these two teams. St. Mary's favored by 2. Copley making their 17th appearance, 10-16 all time in the postseason. This is St. Mary's 25th appearance. They're 35-21. They won state titles in 1993, 1992, and 1990. And St. Mary's has 500 rushing attempts, 2,927 yards, and 35 TDs on the ground. Caleb Schmidt leading that attack, 1,661 yards and 26 touchdowns. But I like the Rough Riders in this 8-9 matchup to get the victory.
I do too, and I love those wing T teams when you don't play in their league, and there's not as much familiarity. I love St. Mary's in a matchup like this. Copley's going to wonder what happened on their way back to Akron.
I agree with that, Coach. Also in Region 10 this week, Parma Heights Holy Name, the 10th seed. They are traveling to Lima Shawnee. Another Western Buckeye League team is in this region. Lima Shawnee 7-3, 28.3 points per game, giving up 20.1. Their strength of schedule is 69. Holy Name 6-4, 18 points per game, give up 15.4. Their strength of schedule 51. First meeting in the playoff era between these two. Lima Shawnee favored by 18. Holy Name making their 11th appearance in the postseason. They are 14-9. They won a state title all the way back in 1975. Shawnee making their 4th appearance. The Indians are 1-3, but I like Shawnee and that rugged schedule that they played in the Western Buckeye League to take this one.
You said it very well, Lynn, that rugged schedule. And the MAC, you can say this about the MAC, and you can say it about the WBL. It's almost like a breath of fresh air, being able to step out of that league with teams who know you so well, as physical as it is. They're going to be happy to see Holy Name roll in to Lima. Holy Name came to Buckenmeyer Stadium in Napoleon back in 2013.
Okay.
We played Holy Name, and solid program, but Shawnee will roll in this one. The WBL is going to do well.
I agree with that statement. Also in Region 10, area game this week, number 11, Ontario, 6-4, 25.3 points per game, 16.3 allowed per game. Their strength of schedule is 57. They travel to Toledo Central Catholic, 6-4. Don't let that record fool you. 29.1 points per game, 16.1 allowed per game. Where do you think their strength of schedule ranks in Division III, Coach?
Central?
Yep.
3rd.
No. Number one. Number one in all of Division III, according to Martin RPI. Maybe made that one too easy for you, right?
I thought it was almost too obvious. But
right. Yeah.
Don't be fooled if you look at this and go, well, they're both 6-4. It's
Right.
Now Ontario's played some good football teams. I mean, Belleville Clear Fork, who beat Perkins, they lost to Clear Fork. Gallion, who's number 2 in Napoleon's region. Division 4. They played Shelby.
Yes.
And so they've played some good teams, but this is a whole nother monster. And I'm sure if the Ontario coaches did their homework, they know what they're getting into.
Right, on the road. Medina Buckeye will get the winner between Copley and St. Mary's next week. Parma Heights Holy Name Lima Shawnee winner will go to Walpock, who is the number 2 seed. The Redskins 10-0 in the regular season. Lexington is the 3 seed. They will get either Ontario or Toledo Central Catholic, and then Richfield Revere will get the winner between 5 seed Rocky River and Grafton Midview. not much to analyze here. It's Central's to win, which I think they will. Can Wapak push them?
Was it, how many years ago was it where Defiance slugged it out with Central?
2 maybe?
Maybe 2 years ago. I know Coach Cooper was still
Yeah,
there.
he was still there. Yeah, I think it was.
So it can
Not
be done.
last year. It was the year before, I believe.
Okay. That was out on Cherry Street.
Yeah.
So it can be done. It can be done. It's not like baseball or basketball where you got to win a series.
Right.
You only got to beat them once. But you talk about a team that's breathing a breath of fresh air, getting into the playoffs as opposed to playing that schedule they played, Central Catholic. I agree with you. I like them.
Yeah, it'll be exciting to see their matchup with Wapakoneta as we move on down the playoff trail here, Coach. And that will be the let's see, when will they match up? That will be a regional semi-final, correct?
Regional semis.
Yeah, regional semis, which will be at Toledo Central Catholic if that matchup comes to fruition.
Be a nice crowd there, wouldn't there?
Oh, I would think so.
I wouldn't mind being in attendance if that happens.
Yeah, there is your Region 10 outlook. Region 11, Bishop Watterson is the number 1 seed there. Thornville Sheraton is the 9. They will go to Granville this week. Number 2 seed, Newark Licking Valley is the 2 seed. Columbus, Linden, McKinley, and Carroll, Bloom Carroll matchup in the 7-10 matchup. 3rd seed is Steubenville, 7-2. They will get the winner of the Plains, Athens, and Delaware, Buckeye Valley. 12 seed Columbus Independence is at number 5 seed Columbus Hamilton Township. Dresden Tri-Valley awaits the winner of that 12-5 game between Columbus Independence and Columbus Hamilton Township there.
Well, you remember who played at the Plains, Athens, you mentioned?
Yeah, I do. Joe Burrow.
Yeah, good man, good man.
Joe Burrow played there.
This is Bishop Watterson's
Agreed.
region.
Agreed.
Yep.
Let's move it to Region 12. London is the top seed. They will get the winner between Cincinnati Archbishop McNichols, who is the 8. 9 seed is Chillicothe. Tip City Tippecanoe is the 2. They will get either Oxford Talawanda or Goshen in round 2 from the 7-10 matchup. Hamilton Baden is the 3. Bellbrook and is at Kettering Archbishop Alder this week. The winner will play Baden. And then in the 5-12 game, Washington Courthouse Miami Trace is hosting Hillsboro. That winner will get Jackson, the number 5 seed there in Region 12 next week.
Yeah, it's crazy. You look at Kettering Alder, a guy named Ed Domsites is still at the helm of Alter. My goodness. They played Baden just a couple weeks ago. That was a close game down there between two schools that know each other well. London's had a nice year. I always have trouble picking against Kettering Alder, but Baden's really, really good this year. You know what? I'm going to go against the number 1 seed London. I'm going to hang my hat on Hamilton Baden just because I have some skin in that game.
The Rams, right?
Yeah, the Rams. My best man in my wedding is the strength and conditioning guy there at Baden.
Okay.
And so I'm going to go with Baden.
That's good enough for me. I'll take Baden.
There you go.
Too.
Good man.
Yeah, we'll go a little local flavor
Good
in
man.
that matchup. Division 4, we don't have any games to pick this week because our teams are on bye. That's in Region 14. But first we're going to talk about Region 13. Perry is the number 1 seed there in Region 13. They will get the winner between Hubbard and Chardon Notre Dame Cathedral Latin in the 8-9 matchup. 7 seed is Canal Fulton Northwest. They host Salem. That winner gets Cleveland Glenville. Good luck with that. Number 6 seed is Streetsboro. They will get Chesterland West Geauga. The winner of that one gets Mentor Lake Catholic. And then Ashtabula Edgewood is at number 5 Norton. That winner gets Beloit West Branch, who is the 4 seed.
Ashtabula, Ohio, home of Mike Hummer.
Is it?
And Urban Meyer. But, yeah, Mike Hummer went to Ashtabula. I always have – that's a tongue twister.
I know.
Say that 3 times. Ashtabula St. John's.
Okay.
There on the lake. But, boy, Glenville, you look at their schedule. Massillon, Washington, who they beat. Olentangy Liberty, who they beat. Akron Hoban, who beat them 12-9. Their schedule's just – they lost to Lakewood St. Ed's 28-14. Lost to Avon 28-16. So Glenville will just play anybody that's willing to play them. And they get in the playoffs. They're a lot like Central Catholic. Don't look at the record.
Yeah. Glenville, Tar Blooders. The team,
I'd stake my life on that.
yeah, Perry team that Liberty Center saw a couple years ago in the Division 5 state championship. They are actually in Division 4 now, but that'll be a tough one for the Pirates.
Yeah.
If they get a matchup with Glenville in the regional championship. Region 14, we have some teams there, none of them playing this week. Napoleon and Lima Bath both with byes this week. Shelby is the top seed there, 10-0. Braden DeVito, who may be Mr. Football in Ohio this season. Shelby will get either Orville or Belleville Clear Fork in the 8-9 matchup in that one. Galleon is the 2 seed. They will get Cloverleaf or Bay Village Bay. 3 seed Napoleon, Lorraine Clearview, and Sandusky Perkins is the matchup they are awaiting on next week at Charles Buckenmeyer Stadium. And if it's Sandusky Perkins, we will have that game on our Gamecast coming up next week. That's already been confirmed, right? We have some seats at the Buck.
We have premium seating. Lynn, if people want to know how good Shelby is, okay, you said they could meet Clear Fork. Okay, they beat Clear Fork a few weeks ago, 52-14.
Oh,
okay, 52-14. I'll tell you why that win's significant. Clear Fork beat Perkins. Now, way back in week 1, but Clear Fork beat Perkins, a team that people think can contend in that region. Perkins got beat by Clear Fork, who got beat 52-14 by Shelby. That's how good Mr. DeVito. And then they also have a young man, stud defensive player, Carter Kessler, who I had in freshman health class at Napoleon. He played football and basketball as a freshman at Napoleon and then left after his freshman year. And you knew this kid was special, okay? Good kid, great kid. Went to Mansfield. That's where his family's originally from, and then settled there in, I would guess it's in Richland County, Shelby is, but settled there, and now he's with DeVito.
He's playing for Shelby.
Yes, and he's imposing. I mean, he's been offered by everybody in the country.
Has
virtually.
he really?
Yeah, big. He reminds me of our young man we met from Birmingham Brother Rice,
Oh.
Jaden
Bell.
Jaden Bell. Reminds you of him, except older, more mature.
Really?
Carter Kessler, yeah. You look him up. He's got offers everywhere. But sat in my freshman health class. I think that's why he's where he's at now, to be honest.
Boy, Coach Schwerer, you'd like to have him, I'm sure, right now.
Oh, yeah. Our kids talk about him all the time. They follow him. They're still friends with him. Our seniors were,
Yeah.
freshmen with him. Just a good kid.
My goodness. Wow.
Yeah, good kid.
Wow, impressive. And then Lima Bath, they are the 4 seed. They will get either Clyde, who is the 12 seed, or Bellevue next week.
Yeah, that's a rematch. Bellevue sanded Clyde earlier in the year. So, that's all Shelby there in that region. But Galleon's really good. We've seen Bath. Bath's a handful. And the thing is, this is a Napoleon team that I don't know they're getting enough credit because their schedule wasn't great, right?
Yep.
But they can run the heck out of the football. Now, they're probably going to have to throw it a little bit, but I think they can. I think they can throw it. So it's a Napoleon team that doggone near knocked off Perkins last year. And so Napoleon's going to be a tough out in this region. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, I think so. Took Sandusky Perkins somewhat down to the wire in that playoff game a season ago, and they may get a rematch, and this time at home if Perkins wins this week.
Yeah, we'll be there, too, for it.
Yeah, here coming up in a couple weeks in Week 12 regional quarterfinal round, but that is Region 14. Looking forward to picking some games there and that one next week. Region 15, New Lexington, they are the top seed. They will get either Lancaster, Fairfield Union, or Heath from the 8-9 game. Indian Valley is the 2 seed. They will get Duncan Falls, Philo, or Circleville. Jonathan Alter is the 3. They get Johnstown or Wintersville, Indian Creek. Chillicothe, Unioto, and they are the 4 seed, and they will get the winner of Canton South and Columbus East from the 12-5 matchup there.
Yeah, you talk about in that region, Indian Valley. Now, Grady Kinsey.
Yep.
If
defending state champions.
Yeah.
Failed to mention that.
Virtually unstoppable. He's an absolute powerhouse. He's a tank. He's unbelievable. I think he's going to Air Force, which if you've ever seen Grady Kinsey run, he's prototype Air Force type guy. But they played Steubenville earlier this year and shut them out like 30-0. That's how good. You don't just shut Steubenville out for the heck of it.
Right.
Indian Valley's my pick, hands down.
Yeah, I agree with that pick as well. Region 16, Indian Hill is the number 1 seed there. They will get either Washington Courthouse, Washington, who is the 8 seed, or New Richmond, who is the 9. Germantown Valley View is the 2. They will get Roger Bacon from Cincinnati or Cincinnati, Wyoming. Cincinnati Hills Christian Academy, a team that Patrick Henry beat 20 years ago for the state championship. They will get either Middletown Bishop Fenwick or Brookville. And then the 4 seed is Cincinnati Taft, Cleves Taylor, or Clarksville Clinton Massey, who, if you remember, in week 1 knocked off Coldwater. Maybe that was week 2. It was early on in the season. I don't remember which week it was.
Yeah.
14-7, right?
Yes. Indian Hill is really good. Good friend of mine's the head coach at Cincinnati, Wyoming, Aaron Hancock, who's had a ton of playoff success. Their only loss was Indian Hill. I think it would be tough for Indian Hill to beat Wyoming twice, but Clinton Massey, boy, that win over Coldwater really stands out. I'm going to – God, it's hard to pick against Indian Hill. They've had a heck of – I like Clinton Massey. I like Clinton Massey in this region. I really do.
I'm going to take Indian Hill just to be different.
Yeah, they're good.
Just to be different.
Yeah, and that's a good pick. I hope if it shook out, I'd love to see them in Wyoming in a rematch.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Wyoming's kind of owned them. Indian Hill, wealthiest suburb in the state of Ohio, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, one of them.
Okay.
One of the top 3, I'll bet you.
Okay. Wow, good tidbit there.
And they're tough at football.
Yeah, they are.
That doesn't correlate sometimes.
Not usually, no.
No,
you're right about that. Going to take a break, come back, and talk about Division 5, Coach.
High school seniors, uncertain that college is right for you? Concerned about the cost of higher education? At the Gherkin Companies, we offer rewarding livelihoods even without a degree. That's a good living straight out of high school with no tuition debt. Starting pay between recent college grads and those with high school diplomas is closer than you might think. So if you enjoy teamwork, working outdoors, and being part of something meaningful, consider your options at gherkincompanies.com/careers.
Stop by the Sports Place at Wassee-on-Ace for all your back-to-school shoes and fall sports shoes. We have Under Armour shoes in stock for youth through adults. The Sports Place will keep you and your family in style without breaking your wallet. Also, the Sports Place at Wassee-on-Ace is your new headquarters for sporting goods in Northwest Ohio. Stop in to see our selection of equipment, practice apparel, Letterman's jackets, and much, much more. Plus, we offer custom-made t-shirts, embroidery, and other apparel in one convenient location. Visit us at 1495 North Shoup Avenue in Wassee-on. Welcome back to the Black Swamp Football Podcast presented by the Gherkin Companies, getting everything squared away for our rock-solid performance in our presentation to Liberty Center and our handing out the award to them later this week from our good friend Robbie Myers at the Gherkin Companies. Coach, all right, Division 5, we're going to move to there. Region 17, Youngstown Cardinal Mooney is the top seed there. Burton Berkshire is the 9. They will play at Canfield South Range this week. Girard is the 2. They will get Richmond Edison or Akron Manchester. The 3 seed is Poland Seminary. They will get either Claymont or Youngstown Liberty. 4 seed is Garrettsville Garfield, and they will get either St. Clairsville or, say that name for me, Andover, Pymatooning Valley.
Yeah, Pymatooning Valley. I'm sorry, I was looking up at Manchester thinking about Coach Lingering.
I'm going to say that is his old stomping ground.
The Panthers, yeah, Pymatooning Valley.
What's their nickname?
On what sheet? Oh,
you don't know?
I would have never got that.
Wouldn't have you?
The Lakers.
That's one of the okay. It's one of the few that you would have not gotten.
No. Some of those names, Pymatooning Valley, and you had Janaden Hutton, and there's some funky names, man.
Yeah. Louisville, we had earlier.
Yep.
Not Louisville, like the Kentucky one.
Right.
Like Russia.
Yeah, I know
and
Louisville's.
Houston. Yeah.
They're the Leopards, I believe.
Leopards, you are correct.
Yep.
Yep, you are correct about that. I like Cardinal Mooney here in Region 17 if we're going to pick a winner.
Yep, I have trouble picking against Cardinal Mooney.
I think they played Steubenville.
They did. They lost in overtime, 27-24, and then lost to Canfield, who we talked about earlier, 24-14. But, when Cardinal Mooney's good.
Played a heck of a schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know when you give Reno a game there in Steubenville, you got a pretty good team.
Yeah.
Reno's an interesting fella. He's one of my favorite coaches in Ohio.
Yeah.
If you ever get to talk to him.
Reno Sackotch.
Joey, how long has he been coaching for?
Boy, I'd mentioned Ed Domsites down at Kettering Alder. Reno Sackotch. People that know, Reno run that part of the state. He has more power than probably the sheriff, the county prosecutor, the judge. Reno's the man there at Steubenville.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes, he is.
He's the man.
Yeah. Region 18, a lot of local flavor there for us. Coach, Liberty Center is the top seed. They will get the 8-9 winner, which is Oak Harbor and Eastwood in a rematch from earlier this season. Oak Harbor is the 9 seed. They will go to Eastwood. The Rockets 8-2, 38.8 points per game, giving up 24. Strength of schedule of 85. Eastwood 8-2, 36.6 points per game, 18.2 allowed. Strength of schedule of 55 for Sam Cotterman's Eagles. Eastwood won 42-6 over Oak Harbor in Week 7. The Eagles threw for 268 yards and had 55 rushing. Drew Ludhart was 17-22 in that game, 268 yards, 3 TDs. Braden Ludhart, his little brother, caught 7 of those aerials, 136 yards, 2 trips to pay dirt. And Oak Harbor had 117 yards rushing, but just 28 passing against Eastwood that night. Eastwood is favored by 14. Oak Harbor making their 15th appearance in the playoffs. They are 20-14 overall. And Eastwood is making their 18th appearance in the state playoffs. They are 21-17 all time.
Couple quick thoughts. Number one, I think it'll be closer than the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Barring the fact that Oak Harbor's entire starting unit was suspended, I don't know how you make up that deficit.
Yeah, agreed.
Same location, everything. I like Eastwood. And with Drew Ludhart back and Sam Cotterman leading that charge, I love him.
I think that was one of Drew's, maybe been the first game he was back, actually, Week 7. I can't remember which. I think that may have been the week he returned to the starting lineup. If I remember correctly.
I think that's the one.
That is true. I should have looked at that a little bit closer when I was going through my notes today, but I'm pretty sure that was the game that Drew came back. But, I like Eastwood. That's 36 points is a lot to overcome. And with Drew, a little more experience under his belt since he's been back in the quarterback rotation, I think Eastwood will have no problem at home in this one.
I do too. And one thing that would be intriguing to me would be an Eastwood Liberty Center rematch.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the fact Liberty put 48 on the board, I mean, that's going to be hard to overcome. You got to feel like Eastwood could score more than 14, but
I think was that game something like 21-14, maybe it was 21-7 if I remember correctly, and they got a long touchdown pass and made that somewhat tight there in the second quarter before Liberty Center kind of poured it on, which they usually do in the second 24 minutes of games.
Yeah,
but
they do.
Yeah, I don't know that Eastwood has the dudes up front to slow down the Liberty Center rushing attack.
I would agree with you. They'd have to outscore them.
Yeah,
they would have to outscore them, but that's, you know what, Liberty will be the favorite, probably the favorite in this whole region. That's not an easy first round draw coming off the bye.
No, it's not.
Just
no,
not.
It's not. Yeah. We'll get Casey Muller's thoughts on that on our KK Collision football show.
Yeah.
You can see that on our YouTube channel here as well if you watch our podcast on our YouTube channel. But Coach Muller will be on hand to talk about Eastwood in a rematch and maybe a little more challenging because Eastwood has seen them before.
Yeah, I think so.
Makes it a little easier to come in here, but maybe not because maybe you're a little more intimidated knowing what you're in for. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the advantage Eastwood has in that case is their leader, Sam Cotterman, because he's not going to flinch,
Right, yeah.
So, but you're right. It could be your friend or foe.
Yeah. The 2 seed there is Worcester Triway, 9-1. They will get the winner between Fredericktown and Fairview Park. Fairview, both teams 8-2 in that one. Genoa is the 3 seed. They will get either Port Clinton or Milan Edison. Port Clinton 6-4. Milan Edison is 7-3. And then Creston Norwayne is the 4 seed, and they will get the winner of Delta at Findlay Liberty Benton coming up this Friday night, a game that we will have on our Gamecast presented by the Sports Place at Wassee on Ace. Delta, the 12 seed, 6-4, 35.1 points per game, giving up 18.1. Their strength of schedule is 46. Liberty Benton, 10-0. Every one of their games was a running clock in the regular season, 47.8 points per game, giving up just 4.7. The issue, their strength of schedule, 100 in Division 5 is the ranking of their strength of schedule according to Martin RPI. Liberty Benton knocked off Delta 28-0 in the first round of the 2014 playoffs. LB favored by 26. Delta making their 13th appearance in the postseason, where they are 6-12. LB 18th appearance, 24-17. LB averaging 351.5 yards per game, and allowing just 102.1. The Eagles have given up just 332 yards rushing this season. That's just a good night for Mike Vickers and crew. They've given that up all season. Zach Elkert averages 8.8 yards per tote to lead LB on the ground, 742 yards, 18 touchdowns. That came in just 8 games. His twin brother Seth, 923 yards receiving and 16 TDs on 48 catches. Quarterback Connor Barbara, 95 of 133, 1,568 yards, 23 touchdowns. And then there was dudes up front. CJ Barbara, the detonator, 30 tackles for loss this season. Will Granger, 18 tackles for loss. Austin Collard, 15 tackles for loss. And Grayson Wages, 13 tackles for loss.
Yeah, Granger. I remember him when we saw him against Grove. He's a well, you can play anywhere on defense, but he's an edge man, and he just slams down that off tackle, but he's athletic enough he can cover the flat if he needs to.
Yeah.
When I think of this, go ahead.
And his dad, if you remember the great Michigan State team that won the national championship, his dad, A.J. Granger, basketball player for Tom Izzo. That is his son that is playing at Liberty Benton now.
Built a little different than A.J. was back in the day.
Yeah.
When I think of this matchup, Lynn, the best thing I can liken it to is Delta's game with Archbold, because Liberty Benton offensively is most like Archbold with how they like to attack and the way they play. Delta was able to, Delta could have won that game that night against Archbold. But I think the difference is Archbold's defensive front and Liberty Benton's defensive front is what's going to be tough for Delta. But if Delta can play keep away with them, like they did against Archbold, it'll be like that, because that was 36-30. I mean, whoever has the ball last. I just don't know if Delta can run on that Liberty Benton line. But I think Delta has a chance. So you said the line was 26 according to Fantastic 50?
26, yes.
Can they cover that? Can they keep it from a running clock?
Tune into our Gamecast, you can find out.
Yeah. I love it. I'm excited that we're doing this, Lynn. I know Liberty Benton's a favorite on paper, but I think I just something in me thinks Delta is going to be able to bang with them.
Can they move
for
the
a little
ball?
bit?
Can they move the ball? Strength on strength.
What's Mike Vickers say? 9 feet. He wants 9 feet. It's going to be tough, but in order to move the chains, they're going to have to go for it a lot on 4th down. I really believe that. And I think you come into this game saying, here's the deal. If maybe you pick a spot on the field, and if we're 4th and 3 or less, we're going. Period. We're going. Because you punt it to Liberty Benton, say you gain 25 yards of field position, they're going to have that back in a play. So I think you go in. If you're Mike Vickers, Riverboat Gambler, we have 4 downs all night, unless maybe you're backed up against the goal line.
And how are they going to contend with guarding Seth Elkert?
Well, this is why that's going to be a problem. Archbold had their way, flipping the ball out there in the perimeter passing game and things like that.
He can take the top off.
And he can take the top off more than any receiver we've seen, other than maybe Caden Page at
At Walpock.
At Walpock. I'm tickled to death that we're covering this game. I really am. And I think for Delta, they've played PH, they've played Liberty Center, they've played Archbold. They're battle tested. Mm-hmm. I guess you could argue they're more battle tested than Liberty Benton is.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
So tickled to see the detonator again.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Looking forward to that pregame 6:30 kickoff at 7 from Liberty Benton High School on Friday night. If you're picking a winner here from Region 18, it's got to be Liberty Center. You think that it's probably them and Liberty Benton if we're looking down the road, and that would be a regional semifinal here at Rex Lindgren Stadium, Kip Kern Field. And again, the first 3 rounds are at the higher seed. We do not get a neutral site until the regional championship this season, folks. If you're wondering, I know there's been some confusion out there, but the first 3 rounds are at the higher seed, and then neutral site for the regional championship games. Obviously, state semifinals neutral, and then we go to Canton for the state championships.
Yeah, and Liberty Center's the pick. I mean, you got to. But, a team like Worcester Triway, who, we don't cover, we don't follow as much, maybe they're better than, people think.
Right.
So we'll see. But, boy, you got to like the Tigers.
Yeah, for sure. Region 19, Wheelersburg, the top seed there. And there's a couple teams glaringly missing from Region 19, Ironton being one of them and Harvest Prep being the other. Neither one of them qualified for the postseason. Wheelersburg, the 1 seed, they will get McConnellsville Morgan or Cole Grove Dawson Bryant from the 8-9 matchup. The 7-10 game, Lucasville Valley is the 7. They will host Chillicothe Zane Trace. That winner gets Gahanna Columbus Academy. 3 seed Nelsonville York. They will get Belmont Union Local or Columbus Afrocentric. 12 seed Amanda Clear Creek, team that Liberty Center knows well from back in their 1997 state championship day. They will go to 5th seeded Portsmouth, and then the 4 seed is Barnesville, who is 8-2. But I like Wheelersburg to come out of Region 19.
I like Wheelersburg, Lynn. The one playoff game that Ironton was lying for, they were laying for it, was Wheelersburg, because Wheelersburg beat them a few weeks ago.
Yes.
And I know the Tigers wanted a rematch. Ain't going to happen. As a result, I like Wheelersburg. Boy, they're tough down there, buddy. They're tough.
Yes, they are. Region 20 in Division 5, Williamsburg is the top seed. Don't know much about many of these teams here in the southwest portion of Ohio this season, Coach. The 9-10 matchup, Jamestown Greenview is at Richmond North Union. Arcanum is the 10. They go to Camden Preble Shawnee. 11 seed is Cincinnati Marymount. They go to Cincinnati North College Hill. 12 seed is West Liberty Salem. They go to 5th seed Carlisle. Williamsburg will get that Greenview North Union winner. Lewistown Indian Lake gets Arcanum or Preble Shawnee. Miami East is the 3. They get Marymount or North College Hill. And then St. Paris Graham is the 4. No, they're a good wrestling program. They will get either West Liberty Salem or Carlisle from that 4-5 matchup there.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the 2 seed. I'm going to go with Indian Lake.
Okay.
I'll go with Indian Lake here.
I'm going to go with Williamsburg just for argument's sake. I think I have no idea why, but
No.
I have not studied that region at all. That's one of the regions in Division 5 I don't know a whole lot about, Coach.
Same, buddy.
Division 6, Region 21, Kirtland, the top seed. Tiger Laverty and his Hornets are number 1 again there as the seed. New Middletown Springfield will go to Wycliffe in the 8-9 matchup. Columbiana Crestview is the 2. They will get Mineral Ridge or Sugar Creek Garraway. Columbia Station Columbia is the 3. They will get Columbiana or Dalton. And then Hanoverton United is the 4. They will get Cuyahoga Heights or number 5 seed Smithville next week from Region 21. I will take Tiger Laverty and the Hornets without a doubt.
Yeah, their closest game, Lynn, was the Perry Pirates.
Was it?
And it was still 24.
Jeez.
They beat everybody else by more than that.
A team that Coldwater knocked off last year in the Division 6 state championship game. There, move it to our local region, Region 22, also Region 24 this season with us covering the MAC. The 8-9 matchup is Cary at Patrick Henry, a rematch from a year ago. Western Reserve is the 10 seed. Good friend Ty Stevenson coaching Western Reserve. They are at number 7 seed Bluffton. Woodmore is the 11 seed. They are Attica, Seneca East. And then Tenora and Fairview in a rematch from a game we had on our game cast, as Fairview is the 5 seed. Tenora sneaks in as the 12 seed. Castelia Margaretta is the 1. They will get that Cary PH winner. Hopewell Loudon is the 2. They will get Western Reserve or Bluffton. 3 seed is Archbold. They will get Woodmore or Seneca East. And then the Tenora Fairview winner will have another GMC foe in Week 12 as Paulding and Jim Menzie have the 4 seed there in Region 22. Let's talk about the matchups from our local teams. Tenora, the 12 seed, 5-5, 25.3 points per game, giving up 26. Strength of schedule of 19, played a very tough schedule, is at Fairview, where they played earlier this season. Fairview is 9-1, 43.9 points per game, 19.9 allowed. Their strength of schedule is 88. Fairview won that game in Week 5, 49-28. The Apaches put up 522 yards to 361 for Tenora. William Zedike ran for 87, had 2 TDs on the ground, threw for another 315, 3 touchdowns. Logan Olinger, huge night for the Apaches, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tenora did it on the ground a little bit that night. Cooper Replogle, 213 yards, 3 TDs on 25 totes. And Tenora's Josh Lieb, 10 catches, 85 yards, 1 TD. The Apaches favored by 24. Tenora making their 18th state playoff appearance. They are 14-17 all time, and Fairview is in the playoffs for the 12th time. They are 9-11 all time.
Tough to beat a team twice. Fairview was impressive that night that we were there. So was Rep Logel and Lieb. He's a handful at receiver, and he's a physical defensive player. I'm going with the Apaches, but, boy, talk about familiarity. Round 1, a league opponent that knows each other well, but I can't bet against Doug Rakes and the Apaches at home.
No, not with what they did that night. They just had a little too much offense for Tenora. Now, Tenora did some business against that Fairview defense, but they're kind of playing from behind much of that night, and maybe Replogle could have had a few more yards, and maybe that was a reason why he got a few of those yards. Fairview was kind of letting them have that, didn't want to give up the big play, possibly. I don't know.
Will it be closer?
I think it'll be similar, maybe a little closer. I could see another, I'd say it's in the 10 to 20 range.
Couple scores. Okay.
Yeah, a couple scores is kind of where I'm at, but can't count out this Tenora team.
No.
Can't count them out.
Nope.
If they can put it together, they can knock off anybody really in that region 22, which we'll give our pick here in just a second. Cary, 6-4, 31.1 points per game, giving up 14.8. Their strength of schedule really, really good, is 9th in Division 6. PH won 24-0 in the second round of the playoffs last year. PH is 8-2 this season. The Patriots are favored by 18. Cary making their 19th playoff appearance, 22-16. They won titles in 2022 and all the way back in 1975. Patrick Henry, this is their 24th appearance, 39-22 all time in the playoffs, and obviously won a state title in 2005. If you want to learn more about that, stay right here on our YouTube channel. You can find our interview with some of the folks from that 2005 team that we had a special on our KK Collision football show a couple weeks ago. This PH defense has been outstanding. I don't see that changing. I think this is just kind of a tough matchup for the way Cary plays. Kind of run into a brick wall.
I agree with you. Patrick Henry defense is one of the main reasons I think they're a contender in this region. But, boy, you mentioned their strength of schedule. Lynn, Hopewell Loudon, 9-1. Gallion, who's in Napoleon's region, we know is a heavyweight. They're 9-1. Lima Central Catholic beat Cary 6-0. And I would have to think PH LCC would be a pretty good game. I think the Patriots are going to have their hands full. I like them to win. But it may be similar score-wise to what it was a year ago. We were at that game, right?
24-0. Maybe, I don't know that PH scores as many.
Okay.
And I think Cary may punch a 1 or 2 in this season. It was a little bit of a younger team for Cary a year ago.
Yeah, it was. 21-7 maybe?
Somewhere in that area. But I would not be surprised at all if the Blue Devils win this game.
Yeah.
You better strap it up if you're PH, which they know.
Yeah, they know. Yep. But again, Cary, with their schedule. I mean, they beat a 9-1 Colonel Crawford team. That's Colonel Crawford's only loss, and if you've seen them play over the years, they're physical. So
yeah, and they're only giving up 14.8.
Yep. This ain't a gimme. This ain't a gimme by any stretch. So Patriots will be ready to play. Their defense is what's going to carry them in this one. I like the Patriots.
I don't think their defense gives up much. They're really good on the defensive side, and I'll take PH as well in that one. Region 23, Centerburg is the top seed there. They will get the winner between West Lafayette Ridgewood and Newcomerstown, who is the 8 seed there. Beverly Fort Fry is the 2. Caldwell is the 10. Grove City Christian is the 7. West Jefferson is the 3. Columbus Grandview Heights and Toronto matchup in the 6-11 game. And then Mount Gilead is the 4 seed. They will get Reedsville Eastern or 5th-seeded Colonel Crawford, who we just mentioned a bit ago, that played Cary earlier this season.
Yeah, that's probably one of the regions I know the least about, and we recognize Colonel Crawford there for sure. But I'll go with if we're picking a winner here, I'll go with West Jefferson. Just looking at their schedule, the 3 seed, bunch of 9-1s.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Fort Fry.
Okay,
I'm going to go with Fort Fry in that region 23. Region 24, coach, New Madison Tri-Village is the top seed there. They will get the 8-9 winner, which is Portsmouth West or Cincinnati Summit Country Day. 2 seed, Springfield Northeastern, 9-1. They will get either Miamisburg Dayton Christian or Ironton Rock Hill. Mechanicsburg is the 3. They will host Cincinnati Deer Park or Anna, who we will discuss that game here in just a bit. St. Bernard Elmwood Place, 9-1, is the 4 seed. They will get the winner between the Covington Bucks and the Coldwater Cavaliers in that matchup in Region 24. Going to start our picks between the 2 area teams that we have that we cover. Covington at Coldwater. Covington, the 12 seed, 5-5, 26.1 points per game, giving up 26.2. Strength of schedule of 38. Coldwater 6-4, 28.7 points per game. They are allowing just 16 this season. Coldwater strength of schedule 5th in all of Division 6. Coldwater is 4-0 all-time against the Bucks in the playoff era. Covington making their 26th appearance, so they've been in the playoffs a ton, 18-25. Coldwater, 31st berth in the postseason. 95-22 all-time are the Cavaliers. Titles in 2024, 2020, 2015, 2014, 2013, 2012, 2007, 2005 for the Cavaliers. Coldwater has not missed the playoffs since 1990. Guess. 6. 1996 is the last time Coldwater was not in the playoffs. If this helps your pick, Fantastic 50 says Coldwater by 38. This week. The Cavs won 58-0 last year in the first round of the playoffs against Covington, 20-0 in the 2012 regional final, and 31-7 in the first round of the 2011 playoffs. And if you go back to 1982, Coldwater knocked off the Bucks again, 1914 in week 1 of the 1982 season.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Covington, believe it or not. Josh Meyer, the former Napoleon AD, was the principal there at Covington before he went to Minster, where he's at now. A proud program is Covington. A lot of people never heard of them maybe. That program was on life support a couple years ago. They had so much turmoil in that program, barely had enough guys to even play. They might even have forfeited a game or 2 in there. Anyway, they had some issues. They're back on track. It's going to be a bad night to be a Covington Buck, though. I'm just telling you right now. Coldwater rolls in this one.
I agree with that statement, Coach. Also from the Midwest Athletic Conference, Anna, the 6th seed, they will get Cincinnati Deer Park. Deer Park 5-5, 26.5 points per game, giving up 25. Strength of schedule of 11, so they've played a pretty darn good schedule. Anna, the 6th seed, 7-3, 29.1 points per game, giving up 14.4. Their strength of schedule is 43. First meeting in the playoff era. Deer Park, 10th appearance in the postseason. They are 3-9 all-time. Anna making their 18th appearance, 16-16 all-time in the postseason. obviously won the state title back in 2019. Anna has outgained foes 3,112 to 2,093. Logan Ziegenbusch, the Anna quarterback, having a great year. 121 to 196, 1,492 yards, 19 touchdowns, while rushing for 777 yards and 11 TDs. Seb Plyman, 51 catches, 496 yards, 8 TDs. And they have a couple of outstanding defenders. Julian Stearns, 10.5 sacks. And then Nolan Witt has 9.5. Anna favored by 38, just like Coldwater is.
Yeah, Deer Park, Lynn started the season 5-0, and 3 of those teams were 1-9. Finished the season 0-5. Make it 0-6.
Yeah.
Anna rolls, and I think Anna and Coldwater are on a collision course in this region.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Going to take a break, come back, and talk about Division 7 to round out this week's podcast. Ashball Aerial is a fully licensed commercial drone company providing aerial media for commercial, industrial, and agricultural clients throughout Northwest Ohio. Want a different perspective for your events, construction projects, businesses, and more? Call 419-966-3202 or check them out at ashballaerial.com or look us up on Facebook.
Who says a college degree is the only path to a fulfilling career? At the Gherkin Companies, we offer rewarding livelihoods with or without a degree. Gherkin provides a generous benefits package, continuous training, top-notch equipment, and a culture that rewards effort. We're looking for rock-solid performers to help build and reinforce the region's infrastructure. Whether you have construction experience or are just starting your career, apply now at gherkincompanies.com/careers.
Welcome back to the Black Swamp Football Podcast presented by the Gherkin Companies. All right, going to move it to Division 7, the small school division. We're going to talk about that here last this week. Region 25 in Division 7. McDonald, the top seed. They will get either Norwalk St. Paul or Warren JFK. A couple teams there with some postseason clout from years past. Fairport Harding is the 2 seed. They will get Lisbon David Anderson or number 7 seed East Canton. 3 seed Mogador, another team that has a lot of playoff history. They will get either Berlin Center Western Reserve, who is 4-6, or East Palestine, who is 7-3. Monroeville is the 4 seed. They will get Ashtabula St. John or number 5 seed Malvern next week.
It's hard for me. Now, Mogador's schedule, geez, oh, Pete. I mean, you can only play who is on your schedule, but man, oh, man. 3-7, 1-9, 4-6, 1-8, 0-10, 3-7. But I'm still going with Mogador, even though McDonald may be the favorite as a 1 seed. Fairport Harbor might be. Mogador's tradition. Give me Mogador.
I don't think they're on tradition anymore, so I'm going to take McDonald.
There you go.
I'm going to go with McDonald. I don't know. Find out. Region 26, our local region there in Division 7. LCC is the top seed. They will get the winner between number 9 Edgerton and number 8 Eden. Eden has the higher seed, although Edgerton knocked off Eden pretty thoroughly all the way back in week 1. Make of that what you will. I guess we don't have a strength of schedule component, and maybe we need a head-to-head. I don't know in these instances. North Baltimore, they are the 2 seed. They will get either Arlington or Pandora Gilboa from the 7-10 matchup. The Rockets will host Arlington. The 6-11 matchup, Sycamore Mohawk is hosting Montpelier. That winner will get Lipsick. And then Columbus Grove is the 4 seed. Ridgedale and Gibsonburg matchup. And the 5-12 matchup is Gibsonburg is the 5 seed. And that one, Coach, going to start with our local teams. Montpelier against Mohawk. The Locomotives, 6-4, 31.6 points per game, giving up 28.6. Strength of schedule of 65. Mohawk, 8-2, 37.6 points per game, 18.5 allowed. Strength of schedule of 47. First meeting in the playoff era between these two. Mohawk favored by 32 in this one, according to Fantastic 50. Montpelier, 6th postseason appearance, where they are 2-5. Mohawk making their 12th appearance. They are 5-11.
Locos are going to have, first off, I'm tickled for Coach Andy Robinson.
Yeah, no doubt.
He's done a great job resurrecting that program. But I'm afraid it comes to an end Friday night at Sycamore Mohawk. Some tradition there in Sycamore, I'll tell you that. It's going to be a physical, tough game. I think Montpelier can hang in there, though. I really do. But I like Sycamore Mohawk.
I do too. 10 seed Arlington, 7-3, 26.7 points per game, 17.5 allowed. Strength of schedule of 55 and D7. Pandora Gilboa, 7-3. They are the 7 seed, 28.5 points per game, giving up 16.5. Strength of schedule of 23 for Pandora Gilboa. Matchup against Columbus Grove really helped their cause as far as their strength of schedule component goes. PG won 24-14 back in Week 5 over the Red Devils. Chase Meyer had 9 catches, 202 yards, 2 of those for touchdowns. He had a 93-yard touchdown grab. Corey Girton threw for 325 yards and 2 TDs. Arlington making their 15th postseason appearance, where they're 9-14. PG also making their 15th appearance. 8-14 are the Rockets. PG favored by 18 this time around.
Yeah, that first game, 24-14, you said that was at Arlington. This time the Red Devils are going to be on the road, and I think Pandora Gilboa wins that football game. And they're a contender in this region, even as a 7 seed. I mean, they've got a win over Grove.
They did beat Grove, yep.
So what can you say? I like Pandora Gilboa, but again, 2 league teams that know each other very well, and see if Arlington can get them the second time around.
Rounding out our local teams there in Region 26, Edgerton, the 9 seed at Eden, who is the 8 seed. The Bulldogs 6-4, 34.7 points per game, giving up 25.3. Strength of schedule of 44. Eden 8-2, 37.3 points per game, giving up 21.9. Strength of schedule of 94, though, for the Bombers. Edgerton making their 11th appearance in the playoffs, where they're 4-10. Eden also making their 11th appearance. They are also 4-10 in the playoffs. Edgerton won 41-14 on the first Friday of the season. Briggs Galliu is 173, a 293 passing, over 2,000 yards and 17 TDs for the Bombers. Kendall Briggle approaching the 1,000 mark receiving. He has 67 catches, 859 yards, and 4 TDs. Eli Dickman, 42 catches, 542 yards, 6 TDs. Gage Nestor, 30 grabs, 483 yards. Eden had 14 yards rushing on 13 attempts in that first game. They threw for 249 on 31 of 48 passing. Edgerton is favored by 7. Edgerton's Kellen Sanchez, 32 yards away from 1,000 receiving on the season, but I like Edgerton to repeat. Now, Maddox Baker left that game against Sonora a week ago. We don't know his status going into this week. That could change things a little bit.
Yeah, I've got mixed feelings. And you can't overlook what happened week 1. I mean, that's a beating.
Mm-hmm.
That's a beating. But I can't get out of my head how porous Eden's run defense was against Whiteford when we covered that game. Can't get that out of my head. Conversely, I love Eden's offense. I Kendall Briggle, all the guys at Nestor, all those guys. I love them. And something in me says Eden's going to get this one at home. Eden's going to get it done at home, even though they got spanked week 1. Bomber ball returns, if only for a night. Give me Eden. Give me Eden. I can't pick against them.
Okay.
Now, I didn't make any friends in Edgerton with that pick, I guarantee you.
No.
I like the Bombers. They're going to outscore them.
I'm going to take the Bulldogs, 41-14.
I know.
That's hard over.
I know.
Even if they do not have their leader on the offense.
I hope they do.
I do too. I hope he's okay.
I hope he can
heard
play.
Any kind of an update on him this week. Don't know the significance of that, but maybe Coach Flagels decides we're just going to run it.
He might. And if he does, then Eden could have their hands full. They need to get a burr in their rear like they had against Whiteford a year ago.
Right. Yes.
And just bow up,
put
your hand in the dirt, and play physical football, because you can't play against Edgerton like it's a 7-on-7. I mean, you're going to have to knock heads at some point, And we'll see if they decide to do it, and I'm picking them, so they better.
Agreed with you there, Coach. That rounds out Region 26. But I like Andy Schaefer, winners of 7 straight. They're going to repeat as regional champions.
I like Coach Schaefer a lot, and I like those Baxter boys and Landon Best. I like them a lot. But my pick in Division 7, Region 26, is the LCC Thunderbirds. Columbus Grove isn't going to have enough in the tank to replicate what they've done the last few weeks. Give me the T-Birds.
T-Birds.
T-Birds. I'm flying with the Birds. Grove
just spanked them.
Yeah, I know, but their gas tank's empty, man.
Even with a bye, they won't recharge.
They're stepping on the gas and the car's sputtering. They sold out to get to where they are. T-Birds own this region.
Really?
Yes.
How far does Columbus Grove get? Do they get to the regional final, or do they get knocked off before then?
I don't think they're going to get knocked off beforehand.
Well, Pandora Gilboa.
Yeah, that'll be a long night for Pandora Gilboa if that rematch happens.
You think?
Yeah, they'll fill up the tank for that one.
Okay.
They'll fill up the tank for that one.
Curious. Gonna have to run into LCC in the regional semis.
That'd be the semis.
Yes. And then Pandora Gilboa in the championship if it got that far. So they're gonna have to get by LCC and PG, and you don't think they're gonna do it. You think it's LCC.
Give me LCC. I said what I said.
Interesting. All right. Interesting pick there. All right. We're going to take another break. We'll come back and talk about Region 27 and Region 28 to wrap up this week's show. The Swanton Welding Company proudly supports our local student athletes and coaches. We're committed to being your local steel fabrication company in Northwest Ohio and building projects across the country. For job opportunities at the Swanton Welding Company, visit www.swantonweld.com or visit them at 407 Zider Way in Swanton. Welcome back to the Black Swamp Football Podcast. Here as we're talking about week 1 of the postseason. Thank you to our good friend Norm Zider at the Swanton Welding Company. As generous as they come. Thank you, buddy, for your support. We greatly appreciate it. Rise and Rewind Saturday morning. What time?
Don't want to go at 9. I can do 8:30 or 8.
Okay. Where are we headed? We're going to Liberty Benton. I can do 8.
Okay.
Can do 8.
Okay, I got to meet some friends down in Bluffton, Ohio, Saturday. So if you can do 8.
I think I'm good with 8. We'll
Okay.
plan on that, but I think we're good. So we'll jot down 8 for
Okay.
those people that are looking forward to Rise and Rewind on
Sounds good.
Saturday morning.
Sounds good.
All right, Region 27, Jeromesville Hillsdale is the top seed. They will get the winner between Zanesville, Bishop Rosecrans, and Bowerston, Conotton Valley in the 8-9 matchup. Waterford is the 2 seed. They'll either play Lucas or Strasburg Franklin. Lancaster Fisher Catholic is the 3. They will get Danville or Steubenville Catholic Central. And then the 4 seed is Willowwood Sims Valley, and they will get either Gloucester, Trimble, or Crown City South Gallia. Oh, bunch of different names down there in Region 27.
Yeah, you don't see those names every day.
No, there's a couple of them I've never seen, I don't think.
I'll tell you that. I like Jeromesville Hillsdale just because I'm a little more familiar with them than some of these other teams. Of course, Steubenville Catholic Central,
Yeah.
Liberty Center's old nemesis from '93.
Yep.
Right, but I'm going to go with Hillsdale.
Yeah. I like Hillsdale in that region as well. Region 28, another local flair to Region 28. Marion Local is the top seed again there. They will get the winner of Minster and Sydney Lehman Catholic. We'll talk about that game here in just a second. St. Henry is the 2 seed, only lost this season to Marion Local. They will get either New Bremen or 7 seed Ansonia. 3 seed Cincinnati Country Day. They will get Cedarville or Portsmouth Notre Dame. And then the 4 seed is Beaver Eastern. They will get Fort Recovery or Cincinnati College Prep next week. will Beaver Eastern. Cincinnati College Prep is the 5 seed there. Region 28, as far as our area teams that we cover, Fort Recovery, 5-5, 24.8 points per game, 21.4 points per game allowed, 8th best schedule in all of Division 7. Cincinnati College Prep, 8-2, 33.8 points per game, 10.5 points per game allowed. Strength of schedule of 71. Fort Recovery, 9th appearance in the state playoffs. They're 10-17, won state title in 2015 when West Winning played for them, their new head coach. College Prep, 7th berth. They are 4-6. Fort Recovery favored to win by 13. The Lions of College Prep started football in 2012 as far as playing a full varsity schedule. College Prep lost 40-0 last year to Minster in the playoffs and 24-20 to Woodmore. Lost 35-0 in the 2023 playoffs to New Bremen. 7th straight year in the playoffs for College Prep. Reese Wendell, 1,150 yards rushing and 14 TDs for Fort Recovery this season. But upset as far as seeding goes. Fort Recovery going to get the win.
I'm not going to pick against any MAC schools, my friend. I can tell you, not yet.
I have a question for you once we get through the picks here.
Okay.
Remind me.
Yep, sounds good. I'm going with Fort Recovery. I agree. As far as the seeds go, chalk one up for the number 12.
I agree. New Bremen, they are the 10 seed, 6-4, 26.6 points per game, giving up 16. Strength of schedule of 9th in Division 7. They are at number 7 seed. Ansonia, 8-2, 42.6 per game, giving up just 16.2. Strength of schedule of 64. New Bremen's 9th appearance. They are 18-6, won titles in 2022 and 2020. Ansonia making their 13th appearance. They are 11-12 all time in the playoffs. New Bremen is 8-5 against Ansonia in the playoff era. Last played in 2022, which was a 28-22 New Bremen victory. New Bremen favored by 21, and I will take that as well. Give me the cards.
Yeah, give me the cards as well, Lynn. And you look at the schedules. Ansonia's 8 wins. No disrespect. It's an eternity away from the schedule New Bremen played. And give me New Bremen.
Agreed. Rounding out this week's picks, number 9, Minster, 6-4, 19.1 points per game, giving up 26.6. Strength of schedule of 3 in Division 7. At number 8 seed, Sidney Lehman Catholic, 9-1, 46.7 points per game, giving up 23.8. Strength of schedule of 96, though, in Division 7. Minster leads the all-time series 13-10, have not played since 2016. Minster, 23rd state playoff appearance, 39-19, won titles in 2017, 2014, and 1989. Lehman Catholic, 22nd berth. They are 21-21 all-time in the playoffs. Minster favored by 13 in this one.
I think, Lynn, this is the toughest pick of all the MAC schools playing. I really do. Sidney Lehman's pretty good. And Minster, I'm like 1-9 on the year picking Minster games. So I don't know if I should do them a favor or pick them or pick against them. When I pick against them, they always win. I don't think it matters. I'm going to go with Minster, but they're going to have their hands full at Sidney Lehman.
You think they are?
I think they are going to have their hands full. But I like Minster. Again, stepping out of the league.
I like Minster too, but I like them a little bit more than I think you do. I think they roll.
Do you?
I think they roll.
See, I don't. I like them, but I don't think they roll.
Lehman Catholic gave up 35 to St. John's, Delphus St. John's. Haven't played exactly Murderers Row, have the Cavaliers.
No, they have not.
St. John's 1-9, Southeastern Local 0-10, Fort Loramie 3-7, Northridge 4-6, Troy Christian 0-10, Milton Union 3-7. Miami East, the only team they played with a winning record, they got shellacked 51-32. Bethel 2-8, Riverside 4-6, Covington 5-5.
What scares you is, if you're a Lehman fan, defensively. I mean, they've given up 34, 31, 27, 51, 14, 24.
If you look at Delphus St. John's, what they did against the rest of the MAC, 0 against Versailles, 0 against Marion Local, 0 against Fort Recovery, 0 against Anna. They got 7 on Coldwater, 0 on St. Henry. Now, they scored 48 on Parkway. Parkway was 0-10. That was the only team they really did anything, and then New Bremen 7. And Lehman Catholic gave up 35 to them, almost more. Well, take out Parkway and almost 3 times as much, or double what the rest of the MAC gave up to the Jays.
I agree.
So I'm going to make this bold prediction. All the MAC schools this week, running clock, and they win.
Okay. All of them running clock, huh?
All of them running clock.
Even Minster.
Yep.
Running
clock.
I like Minster to
They're
win
going to
the
put
game.
up. They might put up 50. How many are they going to give up?
They might put up 50.
They will.
Again, it's a breath of fresh air stepping out of that league. There's no doubt about it. I like Sidney Lehman a little bit.
Okay.
Not to win, but I like him to compete.
What's the margin of victory for Minster?
I'm a little jaded by the Wildcats, Lynn.
Okay.
Minster's burnt me a few times. I'm going to say 35-21.
Okay. All right. Okay. Find out. There is.
I'm going to make a note of that just so I know.
Yeah. There is week 11 from our coverage area and the rest of the slate as we head into the postseason here. Region 28, who's your regional champion? You want to pick it?
Well,
you want to make the bold prediction of St. Henry?
I think I know what you're going to do. I'm not gonna. I'm going to go with Marion Local because that's the easy thing to do. But I think you might go against me.
I'm not going to do it.
Aren't you?
No. All those sophomores for Marion Local, they're not sophomores anymore when they played St. Henry earlier in the year. So I like the Flyers for that'll be the state championship game right there.
Yeah. I mean, for all intents and purposes, it will be. Yeah. Boy, do you imagine watching that one?
Be a doozy.
Oh, boy.
Be a great one. Coach, thank you so much. Thank you to all of our listeners. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Have a great week. Be sure to tune in to our KK Collision football show this week. David Dominic of Archbold, Liberty Center's Casey Moeller, and Jim Menzie of Paulding will be here to talk about the bye week and how they're handling that. And we'll ask them about their season as well, as all three had great regular seasons. And we will head into week number 11. Friday night Gamecast presented by the Sports Place at Wassee on Ace is Liberty Benton and Delta from on the outskirts of Findlay. Saturday morning Rise and Rewind presented by the Swanton Welding Company at 8 a.m. Have a great week, everybody.